Welcome everybody. In this short video we're going to show you how to look at an employee's time in what I call the live period or the current pay period in which we're operating. And you'll be able to make edits to employees' time within that time period. So if you have an employee, for example, that realized they forgot to clock in or out and they tell you, hey, we need to make an edit, you can do that and you don't have to wait till the end of the pay period in which for that to happen. So again, go to your workflow module and get logged in, drop down to the timesheet, and you're going to go down to Review Time Clock Entries. So you'll select that. Now you see this default page and it looks fairly blank. The first thing we need to do is filter to your workflow, and let's go ahead and use the daycare because they've been generous enough to allow us to do that. Now, the payday, it will default to the next payday, which, as you know, at the time of the creation of this video, we have a pay period in which we're still using the time star system. So even if I selected an employee's name, which let's use Sunshine, there's no data to enter because she was not clocking in and out. So if I change the pay date to the next paid period, and then again I have to refilter to Sunshine, we see her timesheet. You can see on Monday there was an in and an out and an in and an out, and there's some notes here. Those are typically auto-populated. However, you can put in specific details or notes such as employee forgot to clock out, forgot to clock in, didn't clock in from lunch, different things of that nature. You can see that she has a sick day here on Tuesday, so that will automatically populate into her timesheet as you approve that. And then again, her time as appropriate for Wednesday. If you need to go in, you can up here select Add. So if an employee completely forgot to clock in or out, you can add her time or his time by using the Add feature, and that will allow you to enter that information. You can also edit or delete. Now again, these features are not available to the employee, only to supervisors. So an employee is not able to edit their time or delete specific entries. But you could go in and edit it. And in this case, if you needed to, you could change it. And there's different choices. The charge ID, so if they accidentally clocked into transportation and they work in maintenance or another department, which we've had a couple folks that have talked about that. They attempted to scroll like they do on their cell phone, and it doesn't work that way. You can also change date and time or things of that nature. Obviously, then you would select update if you make that change, but in this case, we're not actually going to make that change, so we cancel it. So again, at that point, you can see their time. You can also go over here and see where they clocked in. So if you're concerned about an individual clocking in at a different location from their actual work site, that can show up as well. Down at the bottom, there's several buttons that we might be familiar with. The Create PTS is Create Preliminary Timesheet. You won't typically use this feature because that will create the timesheet for the employee. The employee should be creating their own preliminary timesheet, approving it, and then you'll get that information, and that will be in a different video. Elapsed time will allow you to refigure time if you've made a change if needed. Request leave. Again, this is a feature that you won't typically use because you would be requesting leave on the behalf of the employee. If you recall, during the training we explained to employees they will need to request leave for themselves with two exceptions: work comp and family medical leave in which they're not able to access a computer. So somebody that's unresponsive or on multiple life support features or something like that, we'll have to do that for them, but that will be handled through the HR office. And then the last one, print and close, are pretty self-explanatory. So if you went in and looked and seen that Shannon's time was correct or you made the edit that was necessary, you would update that and then you would click close and it will take you back to the home page. So thank you for your time today. If you have questions about this feature or any others, please let me know. I'm happy to come over and visit with you about it. Thanks.